Hello and welcome to Potg the Geeks. This is an unboxing video, if you can see that. It's slightly dirty because it's been lying around for ages. Perturabo. There he is. The Primarch that I mentioned probably back in Christmas.
Yes.
He's still in a box.
I bought him for Christmas, didn't I?
Because I said I wouldn't even open it until I painted Vulcan. And Vulcan and the salamanders are now painted.
Woo!
Yeah. So I need to do a showcase for that. All the other showcases I need to do. In fact, I might drop him in at the end of this video. But for now...
What, drop pod him in?
Drop pod him in. Vulcan's here.
You're going to have to roll for that first of all to see if he arrives.
See if he turns up. We might not. We'll see where the roll goes. But for now, we're going to unbox Potg from Potg.
Yep.
And I need to get in there.
I'll let you open it up because it's your box.
It's my box.
Your box.
It's my model in the box as well.
Yes, it is. Yeah. I'm not getting any ideas.
So, yep. There's a book come out about
Oh, is there?
Potg, which I want to get.
What's it about?
Potg.
Oh no, that's horrible.
Imagine if it said Horace.
Oh no, I was going to say, your face would have been like, what?
Trying to get my money back after 6 months off Potg. Potg, there he is. And there's a massive amount of instructions.
That makes no sense.
But they're all the same. I'll figure it out. Oops. Crikey.
We've got two lots there. Woo.
Hold on, guys. Got there in the end. The result of tips. So that'll be his Scenic base, which is part of a knight, which he's just stood on. I'll look at that in a second. Because see, there'll be tons of cleaning up to do on this. We have his body. So we need to check off all the parts.
Right, okay.
While we're doing this on camera, it'll be quite handy.
So we've got a body.
Got the body.
Yep.
We have backpack and another bit of the backpack, I think.
Yep.
We have leg.
Leg.
We have the leg. We have, it's like shoulder joints.
Shoulder pads, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's the whole joint, to be honest. We have bullets.
Yep, two lots.
Bullets. We have a bit of plating type thing. I imagine that's what he stood on his normal base. We have top of hammer.
Right.
We have gun bits for his hand there. We have face, another hand, and a little electronic bit of something or other.
Okay.
We have separate in there the bottom part of the hammer and a hand.
Okay.
So he's got two hands, hasn't he?
He's got like a pointing hand. Looks like a pointing hand, and then hand with hammer, or is that a hand with gun like that?
Ah, so he's got options. I didn't realise he had options.
He has so many looks.
Yeah. So yeah, if you can make that out on there, you're better than me, because I can't even see that one on the camera after the blur. But there we go. We've got options. And you'll see, you can't even read that. For components and additional references, have a look at the AR code.
Oh, right, okay.
So we're going to have a look at that off camera and see if that helps. That's him.
It looks like you've got all the parts there anyway.
I can see two hands, two legs, the body parts. I think that's everything. And then we have all this stuff. So that'll be his base for the unscenic version. Then we have the Scenic base bit there, so that's going to go on there like all the Primarchs have got it. And we have big chunks of knight.
Ooh.
And we have the knight's shoulder and engine and more bits. So there we go.
Brilliant.
That's Potg. It's a lot of resin in there.
Yeah.
Compared to all the Primarchs we've got so far. It's a lot of resin. Right. So as I said, the first thing we're going to do is check that AR code, make sure we've got everything. If so, we'll be back. We're going to double check it. That's off there. It's obviously come off that bit. Those are the parts of the hammer. So there must be a two gun option maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have the hammer though. Because it's also a hammer. Yeah. So yeah, there's the other gun on his wrist, and he's holding the hammer. So you can have him with or without the hammer, basically.
Ah.
Those are your options. I wonder if I could magnetise it so you can swap it. Probably can actually, the wrist's quite big. I'll look into that. The first thing I need to do, obviously, is wash all this in soapy water, which is what you should always do with resin. And we have a little guide here to tell you what to do, which is there. So preparation, checking and cleaning. Check your purchase, which we're going to do. Clean each part in warm water with a good degreasing agent. We in the UK use Fairy Liquid. That's a dishwashing soap. It's not actually ground down fairies.
No.
That we've got from the garden.
Not like Tinkerbell.
Tore off the wings and sort of like put them in a grinder and
then
turn them into liquid.
Yeah. No, not fairy liquid.
Just for anyone who's not in the UK.
Or likes fairies and thinks we're killing them.
Yeah, exactly. Just to clarify. And then we cut them off, which we're going to do before we come back. Then we're going to scrape off any mould lines again, which we're going to do. Again, take the knife over any of these shims, which are big pieces of mould, which get stuck in things. Let's see if we find an example on there. And I can't see one actually, which is always good. And then the next thing we do is warp and reposition, which I'll do at the end anyway when I'm sticking them together. So we're going to do all the cleaning things that Forge would recommend, and I recommend. And so the first thing to do is soak all this in soapy water. So we're going to go away and do that, come back once all these bits are clipped off and he's ready to basically just stick together and we can assemble him. So, in other words, I'm going to be back tomorrow or the day after, or whenever I get a chance to do it.
I'll make sure.
But for you guys, it will only be a second. So, we have washed all the parts and we've taken off all the parts of sprue. All these bits here have all come off. If you've never done it before, what I did was applied them off for these and then tidied them up using both a scraper and, more importantly, a knife just to whittle my way out at those things. Just be careful if you do use any of these because they're all sharp. And what you need to do is get all the parts that are attached to the sprue down so they're smooth like that. So the first thing we need to do, we separate what's base and what isn't. So the small base, this one, which is actually going to be stood on regardless of whether he's sort of being displayed or not, we do that bit first. Now that consists of these three parts here. We have this bit, like that. That bit's going to be attached straight onto the Terminator size base. We have the shoulder of the knight that's he's standing on. That goes into these three slots though. Fits in like that. And then we have this bit here which is like the hatch on top of the knight. That bit we're going to stick into the like that. So these three parts, the first parts, are going to stick together, both because I need them to line up the bottom part of the base, and I need them to line up, obviously, the Primarch as well, Primarch's legs. I'll go and retrieve that bit first, and then what I'll do, I'll stick these three bits together, stick them to the base, and then we can line up the next part of the base. Okay, so we've stuck that bit together. What I did was I wanted to make sure all this lines up. I've put enough glue on the small base to stick it on, and then I lined it up with all the other bits, made sure they fit together, and that is the base for the Primarch, the small base. And now we're going to move on to building the Scenic base and get that out of the way. So, pretty straightforward. Each one of these has a little notch in. That one's going to go in there, that one's going to go in there, and this last piece is going to go on the outer edge. And that bit actually fits underneath this when it's all together. So the easiest way to do this probably is going to be to leave that bit stuck onto the base, and then we come along, put that on, and then all these parts perhaps stuck together, these three, into another section to just lock onto the back, either pinned or magnetised. So I'm going to play around with that and see which is the best way to do it. I think these 3 bits stuck together, this bit stuck to the base, and then a way to connect them. So I'm going to go ahead and figure that out. When I come back, it should be a simple case of that slots in, then that slots on, done. Okay, so the solution to this little problem was magnets after all. We've gone with magnets. Did try pen, didn't really work down here, so all I've done, I have used some of the not green stuff, I don't have any green stuff, that's why I've used this. Grey, yellow putty. Usually better at just filling stuff than stuff like this, but it's fine because it's just going on a big blob at the bottom to hold the magnet in place. So I drilled a hole in the base there and there, and then put some putty underneath, push the magnet down so there is a gap, and that way I don't have to spend time drilling into the resin. It's not as secure. If you want it more secure, bring that up flush. If you're going to take it on and off a lot, I mean, this is just going to be in a display case and then taking off now and again, so it's not really that much of a problem. But if you want it to be more secure, drill into the resin and then bring that flush up to the top, and so it sits on perfectly. This doesn't matter that much, so just put a magnet into the putty. That's why the putty's there, to hold it in place, and that should just literally sit in place there, and that's not going to fall off now. I've done the same there. I've actually used a larger magnet in there and a smaller magnet on there because it was harder to line up. That sits in pretty well on its own, that big block, because it's got that big tab. It was more this bit I was worried about. So the magnet is just a little bit of a help just to keep it in place, but that's still drying, so I'm not going to show you that right now. You'll see that at the end altogether after that's dried. But I wanted to get on with the Primarch himself. So we've done the base, as you can see, so we're going to build up from that. We also tested the AR codes, which are on this. None of any of those 3 AR codes actually work anymore. So if you're looking for instructions to put them together, that's all you've got on this video. So I'm glad I'm doing it now, it might help some people out. So the next stage we're going to build up from the base, so we're going to do the legs. So I want both these legs, and you need to make sure you file down all the crap on this. So you've got the tread on his foot, and I'm going to have to file down even more to keep the tread back in, because if you look at that, it actually sits into the tread a bit on there. So I'm just going to have to make sure that's filed in and glued into place. So those 2 parts are going to attach, which one's that? That's the small one. Yep, I just threw that on the floor. So there's this leg here which has got a larger sort of tab on it. That's the back leg. It's going to go in there. And I'm just going to glue these onto the base. If you're worried about painting, don't do that. Leave this bit separate, and then glue the Primarch together separate. It doesn't bother me, I can get it anyway. I'm not too worried about that myself. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make sure all these parts fit up. So if you don't actually glue the feet on, just when you put it together, glue the legs in place. They're pretty solid, and then leave him to dry while he's in place, and then take him off with the rest of him together. That way you know it's going to fit back into place when you come back to it. But as I said, I'm just going to glue this straight on, so I don't have to worry about that. So I'll put the 2 feet, the one that's just flown across the floor, I'll get that back. That's got a smaller peg. Just to show you again, smaller peg. That one goes on the top of the night shoulder there. And that's the one you're going to have to make sure you've got filed down enough so it'll sit in place. So I'm going to go ahead and stick those 2 onto those 2 ends of the leg, put the body on, and then we'll see where we're up to. So that's the body and the legs stuck on. As you can see, he's leaning forward a bit, but then he's looking down on stuff, so he probably is going to be leaning forward. Thought he was tilted forward a bit too much, but there's nothing wrong with the resin, it's not bent. That's pretty much the position it looks like he's meant to be in. So we will do the back of the body next, which consists of that bit there, with the sort of where the hood is, like a psychic hood on a librarian, or a sort of back end of a Terminator. That's going to go on. Then we have this part here, which is kind of like the power unit. That's going to stick directly onto there by the looks of that. Let's have a look at it. Yep, it goes on there like that. And then we also have this bit here, which was attached to the same bit the screws had. And now there was, and there still is, a tiny little bit of resin left in like a resin runoff left in there, so I used a knife to get most of that out. As you can see, most of it's fine. I think that's going to be fine now. And that bit fits on here like that. So those three parts are going to go together, and then we're going to bolt that onto there. But at the same time, we also want to stick the head in place, and that just sits at an angle looking out, not that way, pretty much like that, looking out. So I'm going to go ahead and stick those parts together at the back once that's done. There he is, so far, so good. A little bit of alignment issue with the top part fitting into that recess, but it's not too bad on that side. It does fit in. I did have to press that in quite a bit. It clicked in. It still doesn't look quite lined up, but it's not too bad. And you probably won't see it when I put these next bits on. We've got the shoulder pads. Now these go into that socket. Completely cover up the bit there's a problem, really. So yeah, you're not going to see that at all. So, is that the right one, actually? No, it's not. Yeah, there we go. That one goes on that side. And this one looks like it'll go on this side then. Like that. There we go. Sorry, I was just looking down at the instructions just to make sure. Yeah, so they're going to go like that. So we're going to stick those parts on, and then we can move on to the arms. So the shoulder pads on. So next, as I said, we've got the weapon systems. So this arm, I've not stuck this together. It's a very, I wouldn't say flush connection. You need to use a scraper or a knife to get away some of that resin to make it fit flush. But these two guns look very similar, but they do have different fits. So the one that goes on the left arm has that configuration underneath, and what goes on the right arm has that configuration underneath. So they're basically mirror images. So this is the one that goes on this left arm. Here's a left arm. That's going to go straight onto, I'm going to glue that on, and then that's going to go into this slot there. The weapons belt, which appears to go on here, is this one, and I'm going to try and fit that on after I've got the arm on. So I'll be back to do that. I'll also stick the other arm on as well, the one that's missing the hand for the other side. I'll stick the guns to that, then that's ready to go as well. So I'll be back once I put this arm on and have a look at how I line up the gun belt, the ammo belt, sorry, ammo feed. Okay, so we have the arm on there. So on this power pack there's a little space there, that little gap, and then there's a little gap there just underneath the gun, if you can see that there, just underneath my finger. That's the two places this connects to. So this plug part goes into there, and then that lines up to there. And then the same with the other side. This is the one for the other side. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to stick the other arm on. I'm going to line these two up. I might need to use some hot water, so I'll do that off camera, and I'll be back to let you know how it went. And there we go, that's the ammo belts, ammo feeds in place. So this one, on this side, lined up perfectly. Didn't need to do anything with that. This one was just a little bit out. I just managed to pull it into place and glue it. I didn't even need to use any hot water on that or anything. So that's gone into place. So the last bit is the hand. So if you wanted to, well, so the hand, got the hammer as well. You got the hand there. So these two parts of the hammer need sticking together. I'm just going to use the hammer because it just looks cool. And I'm not going to bother with the additional hand. That's going to go into the box of bits. Actually, I think I've got a use for that actually. A Primarch hand bar. No hints there. Right, so yeah, if you wanted to, you could put a pin in there. Once that's stuck together, you could drill a pin through. There's plenty of room once you've put that gun bit on to drill through. And I'd do that before you attach this on, or attach that belt on if you're going to do that. Or you could put a small magnet in there, a tiny little magnet. It'll definitely hold that on. You've probably got a strong enough one to hold the hammer on. It's not that heavy, it's only a bit of resin, it's not heavy stuff. probably lighter than plastic. So, to finish off, let me stick the hammer together, and then stick the hammer onto the model, and then we'll just finish Primarch. There is the finished model. On Scenic base. He stands quite far forward on that. He's a bit off centre. It does look pretty cool though.
It looks awesome.
The way he's clambered up on top of a knight. And you got the dead body of the driver there. And then Perturabo himself. Yeah, I can't wait to paint him actually. Yeah. What do you reckon?
Awesome. It looks absolutely awesome.
Well, the difficult part was putting the base together and getting magnets. Even that wasn't that difficult, to be honest. It was just lining it up. Putting Potg together was really easy. You went together in 5-10 minutes.
Excellent.
There he is. Yeah. So, there's the Primarch. Now I just need the rest of the chapter to go with him. So that might be a little while to get some more Iron Warriors, but it's not going to stop me painting him. Because I know how I'm going to paint him, unlike Vulcan. Iron Warrior's pretty straightforward. Cool.
Yeah, cool.
So hopefully next time you see him, he will be done. And hopefully you might have a few friends with him at some point.
Aww.
There you go. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this rather quick build Primarch video. Join us again. Please like and subscribe. It helps out loads. You can also support us on Patreon, but it really helps out if you spread the word of the channel and we can get more subscribers on board. So again, thanks for watching and we'll see you again soon, guys.
Bye.
Bye for now.